Great. So we're talking with State Senator Ralph Alvarado, who spoke yesterday at the Republican National Committee convention. State Senator, tell me, how does it feel? You are at the national spotlight and talked to thousands of delegates and millions more on television. What was the message you told them?
First of all, it's a surreal experience, to be perfectly honest. A lot of energy last night. It was a lot of fun. The message was, about kind of family values, the American dream, and talking about, Hispanic kind of principles and values and how they align with Republican values in the country as well. And we're just an attempt to try to reach out to Latinos, try to get them to hear the Republican message that we understand who they are. We reflect more of who they are. We want to bring them into the tent and have them join us in turning this country around.
So, State Senator, you talked that your parents are from Costa Rica, and you spoke in Spanish too, which was different from a lot of folks who spoke yesterday. What did you tell folks in Spanish to Hispanics and Latinos that were listening?
Yeah, I said basically to my Hispanic brethren, I told them that a lot of our families have fled countries from corruption and political liars, and I said, please don't allow that misery to occur in this country going forward. And I asked them to consider voting with me to protect opportunity, to protect liberty in this country. I think I said we called the country an island of liberty and an opportunity to vote to protect that, vote with me, to vote Republican and vote for Donald Trump.
So why should Hispanics and why should Latinos vote for Donald Trump this November?
We have two options. I mean, it's a binary option. We've got, on one side, and what I said last night was a person who's brutally honest, perhaps to a fault, doesn't make sometimes the best communication messages that we want them to have, and then on the other side we got somebody who's brutally dishonest, and we're hiring somebody. Electing a president is you're hiring an employee, and if you're going to hire an employee and you got somebody who's going to tell you the truth but say it in a way that may not be the nicest way, or you got somebody who's going to tell you lies, you got to make a decision what you want to have representing you. I mean, the president's going to look into a camera, address the American public, tell them about international crises, economic crises at home, tragedies at home. They got to be able to look into a camera, and people got to be able to trust what they're telling them. And I think with Hillary Clinton, it's obvious. I mean, she'll say whatever it takes to get herself elected, even if it's a lie. And she's lied about, she's committed to me a crime, hasn't been prosecuted for it. If any other citizen would be underneath that kind of a charge, they'd probably be in prison by now. And so you look at that, and that's just the automatic corruption is what it is. And it's something we try to avoid in this country, and we just can't have that going forward.
So a lot of folks are talking today about Senator Ted Cruz, another Hispanic Republican. And what was your thought? I mean, a lot of people said that he should have come out and endorsed Donald Trump. How do you come down on this?
I mean, I'd like to see him endorse Donald Trump. There were 17 different candidates when we started this primary process. There's a big family fight. You settle all that out before you get to that point, but once you get to the convention and you've got to pick, now that's the Republican nominee. A lot of these guys signed pledges to endorse the Republican nominee. I think it would have been wise for him to do that. If he had a hard time doing that, it probably wasn't a time for him to give a big speech on a national stage in front of the Republican convention. So for me, it was a political error. But Senator Cruz is a very experienced politician. He knows what he's doing, and everybody that's there in that convention hall are volunteers. A lot of people didn't support Mr. Trump, at the beginning. We've all gathered together to go ahead and get behind him, and for someone to come in and say that I'm more principled than everyone here and not willing to do that, I don't think it comes across very well.
Last question, State Senator, what's the future hold for you? I mean, you see yourself running for a state office, even beyond?
I don't know. I'm a state, and I've got a lot of questions in that the last couple of days. I'm a state senator, right? And so I'm always in the here and now. I serve my district. I'm proud to serve my district. I'm honored to serve them. So, I'm thinking about legislation for next year in the state senate. I'm looking at tax reform. I'm looking at medical tort reform, things that we desperately need in Kentucky. What lies next? I don't know. God knows that. I tell people what else are we going to do? We've got a tremendous governor just got elected. We've got a lot of great Republicans in statewide office in Kentucky. We have a Congressman, Andy Barr, who's phenomenal. Two powerful states, U.S. senators for Kentucky. So I'm happy where I'm at. I don't know what the future holds, and I'm always here to serve my country, to serve my party, serve my state in any way they need me to do.
Thank you, State Senator.
Thank you.